Nightreign's DLC has finally been announced and it's looking insane. In good forms of fashion, they announced it after allegedly making a statement of the DLC being delayed until March 2026. Oh, IGN. You never disappoint at disappointing. But whatever, there's a few articles with a bit more juicy details going around, like for example Artorias being back. This is gonna be such a clusterfuck and nothing can kill this hype. Not even miserable Twitter goobers like Captain Domo. Nightreign DLC that we waited 6 months for that includes 2 new characters that we knew up since day 1, 2 new Nine Lords and a new shifting earth. No one cares! Bro, we got months of free content before this. And you're complaining? Also, it's nobody's fault if you are looking at leaks like a goober. No one else is to blame for that but you. And we didn't only get 2 new characters and 2 new Night Lords. We got much more shit, which I'm gonna talk about right now. You don't need to be an absolute doomer, dude. Sheesh. The DLC is going to have 2 new Night Fighters, the Scholar and the Undertaker. No, not that Undertaker. This one. Should be called the Baker. The trailer showed the Scholar, binding these Mesmer soldiers. I don't know what the fuck he's doing to them, but he looks very handsome doing it. He also seems to be a class that uses thrusting swords as his main weapon. Or is that a cane sword? I don't know, it's something along the lines, but if it's thrusting swords, it would be a bit concerning to me because the moveset of thrusting swords is very strong. It would be a shame if he received the radar treatment on his unique moveset. Here's what the article says about him. An academic who walks the lands between, boasting impressive arcane levels, he gains incredible advantages through battlefield observation. So aside from Executor, this will be the new arcane addition to the roster, and judging by the fact that he uses thrusting swords, there's a chance he might be a Dex arcane character with some other stats mixed in to differentiate him from Executor. I don't know. What they mean by battlefield observation though is not clear yet, but it is possible that just like Recluse, he may have interactions when dealing with enemies that will allow him to cast different types of spells and such. And judging from what we're seeing here, I think that may just be the case. Hope he also has the orbital strike like Recluse, because it's like very poggers. Next we have the Undertaker. And I can already see all the memes coming and I'm so fucking ready for them. I don't know what the hell this is supposed to be. I suppose that's her ultimate. All I know is that it looks fantastic and I can't wait to slap the shit out of Astel with it. Fucking hate that guy. The website says the following. An abbess who was mandated to slay the Night Lord. Boasting impressive strength and faith, she sends enemies to the afterlife with ruthless efficiency. Her main weapons seem to be either hammers or great hammers. Whichever we get is gonna be fire because the moveset of either of those is kinda balls. So the bar is very low already. I don't think they'll fuck up this one that much. Regarding her being a strength fate character, depending on her FP resources and skill, she could outright be a replacement for Remnant and Raider. As if Remnant wasn't already shitty enough and overshadowed by Recluse. Being able to use bolas or any of the amazing strength options in the game while casting broken incantations will be very strong. Even without taking into account her skill, which we don't know what it is yet. And speaking of incantations, you think we'll get DLC incants? Because I know which one I would like. Yeah, that broken ass shit. At the end of the trailer, we can see that they announced 2 additional bosses. One seems to be that Legion of Valkyries we saw in the trailer, and the other one, I'm guessing, is gonna be the Dreadlord, who's gonna be, like, the Hellstor of the DLC. He seems to have his own insane arena, which looks disgusting, but in a good way, of course, and he maybe will be a sort of Deadlight team boss? I don't know, it looks like that to me. Speaking of Hellstor, I wonder if they're gonna add an Everdark version of him, considering there's gonna be a new big bad goober. I assume that's gonna be the case. Plus the Valkyries will for sure have an Everdark version. Maybe even the Dreadlord will. Or maybe I'm just huffing hopium. I don't know. But what's important is what is actually confirmed, like a new shifting earth for instance, which is seemingly called the Great Hollow, opening a gaping hole in the middle of Limbo with temples, towers, crystals, and many other shit. What I'm wondering is if we're going to get a new map altogether. I mean, judging by what I'm seeing here in the trailer, there's a fuck ton of locations that simply do not appear in the main game. Either the shifting earth is absolutely huge, or they actually cooked a new map for us to play in. There's no way this is just a shifting earth. Maybe I'm huffing copium, but I want to believe that this is actually gonna be a new map and they're gonna surprise us with a big new map to explore and play in. But what we do know for sure is that there's going to be more DLC bosses other than that stupid goofy golden hippo. God, I hate that motherfucker so much. Dancing Lion seems to be in the roster, and we're probably gonna get also new field bosses, as long as it's not any more dragons, please. Like, imagine being walking around and suddenly encountering Mesmer. I know that's not gonna happen. I know that if they add Mesmer, he's gonna show up as a day 2 night boss or something, but one can only dream of that juicy RNG factor, which is something I hope they improve. Because yeah, it's nice to know where things are in order to prepare yourself more properly, but at least a truly random mode will be insane. Like, just not knowing what you're gonna find around the corner, entering a dungeon and suddenly start getting blasted by Gravelord Nito, the Abyss Walkers, and I don't know, Priscilla the Dragon Mummy. I know structure is needed somehow, otherwise the game will be total chaos, but hey, as long as it's fun, they could try something. Like the new Nylord invasions, for example. Big Boy Gladius in the field showing up to enlarge your keister. Sign me up for that shit. New Nylords in the field can only mean more seats. So it is quite likely we're gonna get a bit more randomness in the runs, which is gonna certainly be enhanced by the new locations they added. See those poison castles in the distance? Yeah, new shit, baby. But what's pumping me up the most is this. This feels like such a game changer, dude. I mean, I know we already have bosses from Dark Souls, but Artorias is such a big icon that it only makes me wonder what else we're gonna get. Is he gonna come with Sif? Are we getting more Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 bosses? Maybe Nashandra? Gael? Medra from the DLC? I don't know, man. The possibilities are fucking endless and I'm already fucking tweaking. This is gonna be so fucking insane. I love it so much. But something that I would really like though, aside from DLC content, would be actual game balancing. As it is, Revenant, for instance, is useless in Deep of Night and completely overshadowed by Recluse everywhere else. Now she's also gonna be overshadowed by the Undertaker. Sí, quise decir eso. Lo dije bien. It's a PvE game. All characters should be equally viable and equally strong. The difference between Iron Eye and the Bean is brutal, and that needs to change. Not by nerfing Iron Eye, but by buffing the Bean. It's not difficult to do so, and there's many ways they could do it. I really hope the new characters don't come busted as shit just to incentivize people to buy the DLC. There's a high probability of that, but once again, I have my hopium besides me. Maybe the possible inclusions of DLC weapons can tilt the scale in favor of those less fortunate characters like the Bean. I can't really think of any specific weapon at the moment, but there's a huge roster, and maybe, with a few tweakings, the Bean can actually shine brighter than some other character, than any other character, because at the moment she sucks so much, and that's a shame, because once again, it's a PvE game, and anyone should be able to play any character without losing viability. That's how identity in gaming works. Every character should work, not just Iron Eye. But yeah, I think that's all we know for now. December 4th is only... 23 days away, and I honestly can't wait, man. So much content to make and so much fun stuff to test. We are eating good. We are eating fucking good. So don't listen to those miserable Twitter goers when they say, no one cares. Dude, Nightreign sold like oil at a Diddy party. I assure you many people care and many people are excited for the new content. So yeah, don't be a doomer. And yeah, that's all it. See ya.